This is Module 4, D&E, and I'm going to be doing an activity for 4th grade. And we are going to be learning about elapsed time, and elapsed time problems involve determining time intervals between a start time and an end time, or finding starting or ending times. So, we have a problem right here, and it says, Kelsey and her friend are going to see a movie. The movie started at 10:45 a.m. and lasted 2 hours and 30 minutes. What time was the movie over? So, we have our start time, which is 10:45 a.m., and then it lasted 2 hours and 30 minutes. And that is our elapsed time. So we need to find the ending time, which is what time was the movie over. So first we're going to use a simpler approach, and I have some clock faces over here that look like this. And since we're only finding 2 hours and 30 minutes, we can use these clock faces. And if we have a clock with hands, we can use that too, and we can move those hands. But I don't have those today, so we're going to use clock faces. So our start time is going to be 10:45. So our little hand is going to go on the 10. And then we know that this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 would be at the 9. So big hand, the 9. So we know that's 10:45. So that's going to be our start. So then, use another clock face, and we're going to add an hour for our next hour. So I'm going to put the little hand on the 11. And then my big hand is going to go on the 45 since we're adding an hour. So that's 11:45. So I'm going to put plus 1 hour. And then we're going to add another hour because it said it was 2 hours. So it's going to go to 12. Little hand on the 12. And the big hand is going to go on the 45 again. So plus 2 hours. So we have our 2 hours. But then we have to add the 30 minutes. So we started here at 12:45, and now we got to add 30 minutes. So we go 12:45. So then we have to add 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So now the 12 jumped to the 1. So the little hand's going to go on the 1, and the big hand is going to go on the 15. So it's our plus 30 minutes. And we started at 10:45. We added an hour to 11:45. Another hour for 2 hours would be 12:45. Then we added our 30 minutes and ended up with 1:15. So if you want to see the clocks for a span of time to see how they changed, that's how it would look. And I just used clock faces because I can practice drawing my hands on the clocks with our clock faces. And if we also had a fake clock, we could use those hands and do it that way too. So now let's take a look at our problem again. Remember that this is the start time, this is the elapsed time, and we're going to find out the ending time. So now I'm going to use an approach, and this is called the timeline approach. So I'm going to draw a line on my whiteboard here, and then I'm going to start off, our starting time is here, and that's going to be 10:45 a.m. So this is another way we can illustrate our time change. So I'm going to write down here that movie lasted 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm going to jump an hour here to make that 11:45. That's still a.m. So I'm going to put plus 1 hour. And then I'm going to jump another hour. So plus 1 hour. And that makes it 12:45 since we added another hour to the 11:45. So that's what it looks like so far. We had our 10:45. We jumped an hour to 11:45, and then we jumped another hour to 12:45. So we took care of the 2 hours. Now we got to take care of the 30 minutes. And we can break that down to either 3 sets of 10 minutes or 6 sets of 5 minutes. So let's just break it down into 5 minutes to make it easier since we're doing this for the first time. So 30 minutes goes into 5 minutes. So we could do 30 divided by 5, and that gives us 6. So we're going to jump 6 times for 5 minutes. So we're going to jump here. So 12:45 plus 5 minutes, 45 plus 5 minutes, and that gives us 12:50. Jump another time. That gives us 12:55. Jump another time. 12:55, and since we only have 60 minutes in an hour, this is going to go to 1 o'clock. And then we're going to jump another 5 minutes to 1:05, and then we're going to jump another 5 minutes to 1:10, and then another 5 minutes to 1:15. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have our 6 jumps, and we ended up at 1:15 p.m. And since we started at 10:45 a.m. and when we got to our 12:45, this changed to p.m. because now we're changing from a.m. to p.m. because the next 12 in a.m. goes to p.m. So now this would be 1:15 p.m. So to review, we solved our problem using our clocks with our start time, our 1 hour, our 2 hours, and then our 30 minutes. So we used our clocks, and then we used the timeline method.